Okay, Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome. So now we are already live on YouTube. So thank you so much for joining us today. And today we're going to continue on text 45. And today I would like to say that we try to complete chapter 7 because after this it's a very 54 got a long purport. I mean, not so long, right? So we have 58. So roughly we can do 13 verses, all right, today. And we may somehow overshoot the time, but we try to finish it within that given by 11, we try to finish. And if not, we try to overshoot. Tomorrow, what we do the entire summary of the chapter 7, whereby what I plan to do is first we recite the entire verse, all right, all the 58 verses. Then we read the translation. Okay, so that will be tomorrow. That means those people who have missed in between or whatever it is, you still have an opportunity to understand the entire verse in what they call in this text chapter 7. Is that okay? What do you think?
Good, Prabhu. I accept. Thank you.
So what we do is we take turns. Say, like, for instance, each devotee will read, say, like 2 verses. All right, just read 2 verses, and another devotee will read 2 verses. Like that, tomorrow will be like a summary of entire chapter 7. Okay, and chapter 8, prayers of Queen Kunti, very glorious chapter. Okay, we will start on next week, Monday, because Friday I need to go for my daughter's school sports. She's insisting. So so that from Monday onwards, we start chapter 8. It's very glorious and amazing. There you will see the amount of gratitude. So basically, prayers means gratitude. Yes, Mataji, you see something? Mangala Rukmani? Right. So like that. So it's all basically okay, it's full of gratitude. So we're going to study that. And I think the chapter 8 may take, most likely we can cover maybe 1 verse a day, because the understanding and the prayer is so detailed. In fact, Prabhupada extracted that chapter and made into a book. All right, Teachings of Queen Kunti, if I'm not mistaken, right? The Teachings of Queen Kunti. All right, so like that. So it's going to be very glorious. So I can't wait to start next week. All right, so with that, so today who's going to express the gratitude? I think Saki Mataji, are you ready?
Krishna Prabhu, நான் எதையும் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணல, மனசுல சொல்றேன் பிரபு.
அவ்வளவுதான், மனசுல சொல்ல வேண்டியதா, வேற ஒண்ணும் இல்ல. Okay, go ahead Mataji.
ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா, நண்பர் பிரணாம். தமிழ்ல பேசுறேன். அனைத்து பக்தர்களுக்கும் இனிமையான காலை வணக்கம். தண்டவாட் என் பிரணாம். All glory to Srila Prabhupad, Srila Gurudev, and all previous acharyas from Brahma Matwa Gaudiya Sampradaya Guru Parampara. கிருஷ்ணா கான்சியஸ்க்கு வந்து நான் ஒரு 22 இயர்ஸாக இருக்கிறேன். நான் ரொம்ப புதுசு தான், நிறைய பழகிக்கிட்டு கற்றுக்கிட்டு இருக்கிறேன். ஸோ ப்ரீவியஸ்லி நிறையா பக்தர்கள் என்னை வந்து கைட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. குறிப்பிட்ட ஒரு சில பக்தர் வந்து ரொம்ப கைட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. ஸோ பக்தின்ற விஷயத்தில் வந்து நான் ரொம்ப புதுமையாக இருக்கிற வச்சு இப்போ நெக்டர் ஆஃப் டிவோஷனில் வந்து நம்ம பதித்தரங்க பிரபு என்னை வந்து இந்த கிளாஸ்க்கு வரீங்களான்னு ஒரு தடவை கேட்டார். ஸோ நெக்டர் ஆஃப் டிவோஷனில் வந்து என்னோடய ஜேர்னி வந்து ஒரு புதிய திருப்பம் ஆரம்பிச்சிச்சு. இவ்வளோ வருஷம் இருந்தோம், நிறைய ஆழமான விஷயம், எந்த விஷயத்துல நம்ம முக்கியத்துவம் கொடுக்கணும்ன்ட்டு பக்தியில எனக்கு தெரியாம இருந்துச்சு. ஸோ நம்ம குவாலிட்டி வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் தென் குவான்டிட்டின்னு நான் புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டேன். ஸோ கிளீனினஸ் மஸ்ட் கம் ஃப்ரம் வித்தின், நாட் வெளியிலேருந்து இல்லை, உள்ளுக்குலேருந்து ரொம்ப பியூரிட்டி நம்மளுக்கு இருக்கணும். ஸோ ஆன்மீகத்தில் வந்து 4 ஸ்டேஜ் நான் ஒன்று புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டேன். என்னோட ரியலைசேஷனில் என்ன புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டேன்னாக்கா, ஒரு விஷயத்த வந்து பிரபு நிறைய விஷயம் இது நிறைய தடவை ஸ்ட்ரெஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கிறாரு. தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறது, புரிஞ்சுக்கிறது, அறிஞ்சிக்கிறது, அப்புறம் ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணுறது. ஸோ இந்த 22 இயர்ஸ் ஜேர்னியில் வந்து நான் கத்துக்கிட்ட விஷயங்கள் வந்து ரொம்ப விஷயம் வந்து நான் அந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டேஜ்ல தான் இருந்தது. தெரிஞ்சுக்கிற ஸ்டேஜ்ல தான் நான் இருந்தது. அது அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங்க்கும் ரியலைசேஷன் ஸ்டேஜுக்கு கூட நான் வரல. இப்போ இந்த கிளாஸ் டீப்பான மீனிங்ஸ் வந்து டீப்பான விஷயங்கள கத்துக்கிறப்ப தான் தெரியுது. ஓ! இதுதான் அன்னைக்கு சொல்லிக் குடுத்தாங்களா? இதுதானா இதுன்னு நம்மளுக்கு புரியுது. அது வந்து ஒரு விட்டின் உள்ளுக்குலேருந்து ஒரு ரியலைசேஷன் வருது. அந்த விஞ்ஞானம் வருது. ஸோ அது தெரிஞ்சா தான் ரியலைசேஷன் ஒண்ணு வந்தா தான் நம்ம பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ணியே ஆரம்பிப்போம் நான் புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டேன். இப்ப தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறனால நம்ம பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ண மாட்டோம். அறிஞ்சுக்கிறனால பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ண மாட்டோம். அது உள்ளுக்குலேருந்து இதுதான்னு நம்ம புரிஞ்சுக்கிறப்ப தான் அத நம்ப முழு மனதோட பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ண ஆரம்பிப்போம். ஸோ இந்த கிளாஸ்ல வந்து நெறைய விஷயம் பிரபு வந்து கத்துக் குடுக்குறப்ப, நான் நெறைய ரியலைசேஷன் ரொம்ப ரியலைசேஷன் நான் கத்துக்கிட்டேன். ஸோ இந்த ரியலைசேஷன் வந்து ஃபியூச்சர்ல வந்து என்னோட லைஃப்ல நான் வந்து மேற்கொண்டு போறப்ப, ஒவ்வொரு விஷயமும் அது வர்றப்ப, ஓ! இதுதான் அது பிரபு கத்துக் குடுத்ததுன்ட்டு என்னால அப்ளை பண்ண முடியுது என் லைஃப்ல இப்ப வந்து. ஸோ அது மட்டும் இல்லாம ரொம்ப டீப்பான அ நாலேட்ஜ் ரொம்ப அந்தரங்கமான சீக்ரெட்டான நாலேட்ஜ்லாம் பிரபு இங்க ஷேர் பண்றாரு. நான் வந்து நெறைய கிளாஸ் கேட்டுருக்கேன். இவ்ளோ டீப்பா நான் பிரபு பூஜை பண்றதுக்காக, ஐஸ் வைக்கிறதுக்காக சொல்ல இது உண்மையான விஷயம். இத்தன வருஷத்துல இவ்ளோ டீப்பா வந்து நானு கிளாஸ் வந்து எங்கேயும் நான் கேட்டது இல்ல. ஸோ இப்போ வந்து கிருஷ்ணாவோட லாடினி சக்தியே 3 விதமா பிரிக்கப்படுது. லாடினி, சம்மிட், சந்தினி இந்த கிளாஸ மட்டும் அந்த ஒரு கிளாஸ வந்து நான் ஒரு 6 தடவ கேட்டேன். எப்படி லாடினி சக்தி வந்து ஸ்ரீமதி ராதாராணி அவங்க தான் வந்து பிளெஷர் பொட்டன்சி. சம்மிட் வந்து நாலேட்ஜ். அதுக்கப்புறம் சந்தினி வந்து மேனிஃபெஸ்டேஷன் இன் த ஸ்பிரிச்சுவல் வேர்ல்ட். ஸோ இந்த விஷயத்த வந்து இதுல 3ம் இருந்தா கூட இந்த லாடினி சக்தியில த கோர் ஆஃப் த லாடினி வந்து பிளெஷர் பொட்டன்சி வந்து ஸ்ரீமதி ராதாராணி. ஸோ இந்த விஷயங்கள்லாம் வந்து எவ்வளோ ஒரு நுணுக்கமான விஷயம். எல்லாருனாலயும் இந்த மாரி கிளாஸ் வந்து நம்ம சொல்லிக் குடுக்க மாட்டாங்க. ஏன்னா, அந்த ஆடியன்ஸ்க்கு அது புரியணும். அதனால ரொம்ப டீப்பா கத்துக் குடுக்க மாட்டாங்க. ஸோ நம்மலாம் ரொம்ப லக்கி. நான் ரொம்ப லக்கி. எனக்கு வந்து இந்த இந்த சாது சங்கால வந்து நான் இருந்து, இவ்ளோ நாலேட்ஜ், இவ்ளோ அந்தரங்கமான விஷயம், சீக்ரெட்டான விஷயம் ரிவீல் பண்ணுது. இந்த இடத்துல நான் இருக்க, நான் ரொம்ப பாக்கியமா கருதுறேன். ஸோ நீங்க எங்களுக்கு இத ஷேர் பண்றதுக்கு ரொம்ப நன்றி பிரபு. நீங்க வந்து ஒரு இடத்துல வந்து ஹனிய கொலெக்ட் பண்ணிட்டு வந்து எங்களுக்கு டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்றீங்க பிரபு. ரொம்ப நன்றி பிரபு. நான் திருப்பி என்னோட கிராட்டிட்யூட நான் வந்து ஷேர் பண்ணுவேன். இன்னைக்கு நான் இப்போதைக்கு நான் வந்து இந்த விஷயத்த நான் ரொம்ப கிராட்டிட்யூடா நினைக்கிறேன் பிரபு. இந்த சாது சங்கால இருக்க நான் பெரும் பாக்கியம் பண்ணியிருக்கிறேன். எனக்கு இந்த தேடல் இருந்த வச்சு கிருஷ்ணா என்ன இந்த குரூப்ல இருக்க வச்சிருக்காரு. ரொம்ப நன்றி பிரபு. ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா.
ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா. ரொம்ப நன்றி மந்தஜி. என்ன இருந்தாலும் இது எல்லாமே வந்துட்டு ஸ்ரீலா பிரபுபாட்டோட ரகசியங்கள். அப்போ வந்து எப்போ வந்து நம்ம வந்து பிரபுபாடோட பர்பட் வந்து நம்ம பார்த்தோம்னா அது குரு வாக்கியம் இல்லாட்டி குரு பாஷ்யம். 2 வார்த்தை இருக்கு. பாஷ்யம் வாக்கியம் ஒண்ணுதான். பாஷ்யா அண்ட் குரு வாக்கியா. ஸோ எப்ப நம்ம குரு பாக்கியம் குரு பாஷ்யம் வாக்கியத்துல வந்து நம்ம முழுமையா கவனம் செலுத்தணும்னா எல்லா விதமான ரகசியங்களும் அதுல இருக்கு. ஸோ எல்லா புகழும் ஸ்ரீலா பிரபுபாட்க்கு, எல்லா புகழும் நம்ம குருதேவருக்கு. அண்ட் என்னோட சிக்ஷா குரு யாரு பிரான் கோவிந்த பிரபு. ஆல் க்ளோரிஸ் டு ஹிம். நான் வந்து ஒரு கருவி தான். முடிஞ்ச அளவுக்கு தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்ட விஷயத்த படிச்சு தான் சொல்றேன். பட் எனிவே ஐ எம் சோ கிரேட்ஃபுல் டு யூ மாதாஜி. யூ ஹவ் கிவன் such a wonderful testimony. நான் கூட இந்த விஷயம்லாம் மறந்துட்டேன். நீங்க சொல்லும் போது எனக்கு ஞாபகம் வருது.
தேங்க்ஸ் பிரபு. அத என்னால மறக்க முடியாது. உண்மையாவே நான் பயனடைஞ்சேன். நெக்டர் ஆஃப் டிவோஷன் பாகவதம் வந்து ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கிறீங்க. நான் என்னால கேட்ச் பண்ண முடியல ஒரு சில டைம் ஆன்லைன்ல. பட் நான் வந்து ஆஃப்லைனோட நான் கேட்கறேன் பிரபு. ரியலி வெரி இன்ஃபர்மேட்டிவ் பிரபு. இந்த இந்த விஷயத்த வந்து கடைபிடிச்சாலே போதும் பிரபு. நம்ம லைஃப்ல ஸ்பிரிச்சுவலா நல்லா நம்மளுக்குள்ளே நம்ம நெறைய மாற்றங்கள் உருவாக்கலாம்.
Yes,
தேங்க்ஸ்.
definitely.
ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mother Saki Champakalata. Hare Krishna. All right. So with that thought, let's start our today's invocation prayer. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapadakamlam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sagar Jadam Shaha Ganaragunathanvidam Tam Sajivam Satvaita Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vidamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasachidistarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhana Videvidaitai Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Viknanadaine Prabhuve Nama Madhuryo Jvala Premadya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktira Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namaste Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtai Rina Tarine Rupanuga Viruda Pasidanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambode Padam Pujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Sarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gauravir Bhava Bhumi Stam Nidasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarubhama Shri Jagannathaya Te Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubheva Paditanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Om Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaurati Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Sarupakam Bhaktavadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneswari Vrishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaye Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripa tamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiret Nasta Prayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadhyasya Anvayat Itarascharte Svabhijnaswarat Tene Brahma Hirdaya Adi Kavehe Muyanti Yat Surayah Tejo Vari Mridanyata Vinimayo Yatra Tri Sargo Marsha Damna Svena Sada Nirasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi Hari Om Tatsat Namo Vishnu Pada Krishna Prishta Buddha Krishna Mudija Pada Kaswam Dinamni Namacharya Padai Nitai Kripa Pradai Gaura Kada Damdai Nagaram Tari Srila Gurudev Guru Maharaj Ki Jai Srila Acharya Pad Ki Jai Gaura Premanand. All right, so with that, let's start today's session. As I said, we try to finish up, complete chapter 7, around 13 verses today. We may sometimes overshoot the time, so it's okay. And tomorrow we're going to do the summary of the entire chapter 17. Those who miss any of the class in between, tomorrow is an opportunity for you to come and hear the entire chapter 7. Okay, we're going to sing that Sanskrit. After that, we're going to take turns and read the translation. 58 verses, translation. Per devotee will take 2 verses, then continue by another one like that. We try to go deep into, finish up that, summarize the entire chapter 7. Then Friday, I need to take a break because my daughter's school function. So we'll continue chapter 8, the fantastic chapter, Prayers of Queen Kunti. Very glorious. So starting from next week, Monday. But anyway, let's see, because I thought I want to do it on a Monday. Saturday, but of course, there is a special prayer for Guru Maharaj on Saturday. So let's see how we go about it. And I think we have a new person here, Gokul Hari. Hare Krishna. Gokul Hari. I think I'm seeing you for the first time. Or can send a message or whatever. Type. Anyway, whoever it is, would like to welcome you. Thank you for joining us. And also would like to welcome back Vismamala Krishnan. So we missed you for some time. So I'm happy that today you have joined us again. And anyone else? All right. So, okay, others are. Okay. So with that meditation, let's start our today's session.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Sorry, Prabhu. That Gogulari is my grandson. He used my phone. That's why I Tarini Radhika Mataji.
Oh, Tarini Radhika. Okay.
Yeah, my grandson put Gogulari. He used my phone. That's why.
But
Sorry,
very nice
Prabhu.
name. Very nice name. Gokul Hari.
Yeah. My grandson name.
Yeah, beautiful. All right. So with that thought, let's start our today's session. What we have discussed until yesterday is, of course, I'm very happy yesterday. Yesterday's discussion had positively affected many devotees, especially Muru Mataji. She's been sending me so much of voice message saying, I cannot digest. How can this happen? You know, the son got killed and she can forgive. How is that possible? Oh no. So that's very nice anxiety and nice. This is what they call awestruck. Struck with wonder. How is that possible? I cannot it's a fantastic this thing. So like that, you're going to see a lot of surprising thing in Bhagavatam. So some or other, that means it shows that Bhagavatam is entering deep into our subconscious mind, getting into our mind. And when the blood goes to the mind and get digested, the blood, and from that blood, it turned into the understanding turned into spirit and flows all over the body. You feel like a goosebump. That means the entire existence is being purified. So wonderful. So what we said that, of course, so there's a few of the things that we recap. So Draupadi, he wants Arjuna to feel obliged to Acharya Dronacharya for the benefit because she is such a good lady. All right. So that was opinion of a good lady. And somehow we understood that is what it takes to become a pure devotee. Why is that Draupadi is like that? Because when a person becomes pure devotee, Prabhus and mothers, I want you to look into this very carefully. Pure devotee means no anarthas. Muru Mataji, are you with me?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
So now you understand.
Yeah.
Pure devotee means no anarthas. You know what is anarthas?
No, Prabhu.
Anarthas means all the bad qualities.
Oh, okay.
Kama, Krodha. Krodhana, alavukku minjina kovam. That uncontrolled anger. Kama means lust. Kama, Krodha, Matsarya. No, envy. All right? When you are freed from all these qualities, that's when you become a pure devotee. So now what Draupadi is exhibiting, a pure devotee character. Even she is lamenting the children got killed, but still she don't have any krodha. She don't have any envy. She don't have anything that want to revenge because she is totally a pure devotee of Krishna. You understand? So this is some of the character. So now we don't understand. I want to be a pure devotee. How does that pure devotee act? Srimad Bhagavatam will reveal to you. Srimad Bhagavatam will reveal to you how does the pure devotee act. And what happened if anarthas? We study that in the story of Bharat Maharaj. Formerly was such a great king, and anarthas came. Even though he renounced the house, he went to the forest. But there he thought, as a king, I must protect. He just resigned. He resigned himself. He renounced himself as a king. But when there the thought of being a king came back, that cost him. He took a birth of a deer. Then after that, he come back as a Jada Bharat. And again, another example of pure devotee. How does the pure devotee means? All right. So now we start with Draupadi. In between, we study about Jada Bharat. At the end, I think 11th canto, we're going to study about Avanti Brahmana. What Avanti Brahmana goes through is unbelievable. So that one we study maybe 3 years later, 3 to 5 years later. This is the canto 11. Avanti Brahmana. It's an amazing story. So starting example Draupadi, in between study about Jada Bharat, and at the end Avanti Brahmana. How he tolerated every suffering. It's unbelievable. Right? So it's like that. Okay. So that's a quality of a distinct. But of course, what Prabhupada said, we also must be able to discriminate. We cannot be blindly do that. All right, we must discriminate in the sense of we have to check the qualities first. Because in the future, if everybody becomes like that, finish. So we must be able to discriminate according to that thing. Okay. But here we are talking about what is the example of a pure devotee of the Lord. Text 45. Sa esha Bhagavan Drona Praja Rupena Vartate. Vartate na Vartaparade. Tasyat Manordam Patnyaste. Patni. Patni means wife. Nanvagat Veera Suhu Kripi. Veera Suhu Kripi. All right. Veera. There's a dash on top. Veera Suhu Kripi. Sa esa Bhagavan Drona Prajarupena Vartate. Tasyat Manordam Patnyaste. Nanvagat Viraso Kripi. Sa esha Bhagavan Drona Prajarupena Vartate. Tasyat Manordam Patnyaste. Nanvagat Viraso Kripi. Sa esha Bhagavan Drona Prajarupena Vartate. Tasyat Manordam Patnyaste. Nanvagat Virasho Kripi. All right, very easy. Anybody like to recite the verse?
Shall I, Prabhu? Hare Krishna.
Go ahead, Mataji.
Sa esa Bhagavan Drona Prajarupena Vartate Tasyat Manoraddam Patniyaste Nanvagat Viraso Kripi
Virasu.
Virasu Kripi.
Correct. Virasu Kripi. Yes, good. Next.
Prabhu, shall I?
Go ahead, Mataji.
Sa esa Bhagavan Drona Prajarupena Vartate Tasyat Manodham Panti Yaste Nanvagat Virashu Kripi.
Yes. Anyone else?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Welcome.
Sa esa Bhagavan Drona Prajarupena Vartate Tasyat Manoratang Patni Aste Nanuvagat Virasu Kripe. Hare Krishna.
This is Tasyat Manordam. So what we do, the word O and the apostrophe silent A we combine. So Tasyat Manordam. So we don't say Tasyat Mano Ardam. Abdi varade. Tasyat Manordam Patnyaste. Patnyaste. Okay?
Okay. Hare
Okay,
Krishna.
Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Mangala Rukmini Mataji.
Hare
Mangalam.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Sa esa Bhagavan Drona Prajarupena Vartate Tasyat Manoratam Patnyaste Navagat Vira Sukripi.
Okay, now I just want to highlight you. So the word that you used here, you said Tasyat Manoradam.
Manoradam.
Okay. You can say Radam. Do you see R-A there, Mataji?
Yes.
Is
Yes.
there R-A? Are you sure?
RD. RD.
So Manordam. Manordam. So
Tasyat
when we can say,
Manoradam.
when we say Ra or Ri, when you see there's a R with a dot at the bottom.
Okay.
So when you see R with a
Okay.
dot at the bottom, so you can use the word Tasyat Manoridam, Manoradam Mudiyo. When you see there's no dot, when there's no dot, what you should say? Tasyat Manordam. R. Manordam. Ra, Riva.
Tasyat Manordam.
Yes,
Tasyat
correct.
Manordam Patnyaste.
Patnyaste, correct. Very nice, very nice.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Wonderful. Anybody else? All right. Okay. Sa esa Bhagavan Drona Prajarupena Vartate Tasyat Manordang Patnyaste Nanvagat Virasho Kripi. Sa he Esha, certainly Bhagavan Lord Dronacharya Prajarupena, in the form of his son. Ashwatthama. Vartate is existing. Ah, okay. Here Vartate means existing, not Vartam. Okay. Sorry for wrong info. He is Atmana. Okay. Tasya, he is Atmana of the body. Ardham half. Patni wife. Aste living. Na, no. Anvagat undertook. Veerasu having the son present. Kripi, the sister of Kripacharya. Okay. Please read the translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
He, Dronacharya, is certainly still existing, being represented by his son. His wife Kripi did not undergo a sati with him because she had a son. Thank you,
Yes.
Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Now, another important point of discussion. He, Dronacharya, is certainly still existing. He's still there because he's being represented by his son. All right? Because he's represented by his son. His wife Kripi did not undergo sati with him because she had a son. All right? So, now let's look at the purport. The wife of Dronacharya, Kripi, is a sister of Kripacharya. She is a devoted wife who is, according to the revealed scripture, the better half of a husband. Okay, we as husband and wife, we always say husband half, we half, all right? It's a better half of the husband. Okay, it's justified to embrace volunteer death along with the husband. What does that mean? What is volunteer death means, right? So that means is a better half of a husband is justified to embrace volunteer death. So this volunteer death, which is called as, here we call as sati. All right, this is what it meant by sati. So what is volunteer death? See, when the husband passes away in those yuga, Satya, Treta, Dvapara, at that time, when the husband leaves the body, the wife will follow him along. During that, the funeral of the husband, the wife will also get into the fire, and she, along with the husband, she burns to ash. So, is it a kind of suicide? Actually, it's not a kind of suicide. And nowadays, we cannot perceive that idea. How could a person can just get into the fire and get burned? But this is all something happened in the previous yuga. Because, you know why? The pain of separation from the husband, the separation of the husband, it is so painful compared to the fire that burned them. The fire of separation is even more awful than the real fire that's going to burn them. So that is called sati. So this sati ritual, it is practiced in previous yuga, previous kala, not in Kali Yuga. But in Kali Yuga, people take it for, that's why I say in Kali Yuga, everything is upside down. So when this thing happened, they forcefully will take the wife and throw them into the fire. All right, in these early years, early Kali Yuga, you know, around 1700s, 1800s, you know, the girl, say, imagine an old man marry a young girl and suddenly he dies. So what they do, they take the girl and forcefully, or if she doesn't do that, they'll throw her aside, they shave her head, all kind of nonsense thing they do. That's why the British government came and banned this sati ritual. The sati ritual, what it says, volunteer death. The word that we should underline, that we should look into this, it is called volunteer. It is not forceful. The wife voluntarily enter the fire when the husband is being cremated. And this is not applicable in Kali Yuga. Yes, Saki Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
So இது சாஸ்திரப்படி இது இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு இருக்கு. பட் இது ஈக்குவல்ஸ் டு கமிட் சுசைடா? இப்போ இந்த மாதிரி செஞ்சிட்டாங்கன்னா அவங்க கோஸ்ட்லியா அலைஞ்சிட்டு இருப்பாங்களா இல்ல எப்படி பிரபு?
இந்த அதாவது எப்படின்னா ஆரம்பத்துல இது பார்ட் ஆஃப் தி ரிச்சுவல். அது எப்படின்னா இது நாட் a commission, அதாவது இஸ் வாலண்டியர் டெத். அதாவது அந்த வீட்டு புருஷனோட என்னது அந்த செப்பரேஷனை தாங்க முடியாம they also enter the fire. So this is not commit suicide. Commit suicide என்ன அர்த்தம்? நான் வாழ்க்கையை வெறுத்துட்டு வாழ்க்கையை முடிக்கிறது. So what is commit suicide? You are frustrated with your life and you kill yourself out of ignorance. Okay, Mataji? So like you also can say being a soldier is also suicide, right? Because you're going to the warfare and sure you to die. Sure you're going to get killed in a war. So being a police, being a what they call army, military, is it suicidal? No. That is matter of duty. Right? So what is suicide? Suicide means you are frustrated with life, you don't want to live, and you can't take the pressure and tension, you can't take the pain and suffering. You out of frustration, you're going to kill yourself. I mean, not you, I mean, the person kills themselves. That is called committing suicide. So, but this is something a chaste wife will do to the husband. It's part of that custom. But remember, not applicable for Kali Yuga. We will also study that in this incident when Dhritarashtra quits the home. I think the following chapter. All right, Queen Kunti, after the Queen Kunti prayer, passing away, okay. After the Queen Kunti prayer, chapter 9, we also study that. Bhishmadev will, from the mystic power, will create the fire to burn himself, and his wife will enter the fire. Okay, we will study that also in chapter 9. You got it? Okay, Mataji? What are the things are prohibited in Kali Yuga? Killing slaughtering cow and slaughtering horse. Ashwamedha Yakya, Gomedha Yakya, ban in Kali Yuga. Another thing, marrying a brother's wife is banned in Kali Yuga. In previous, okay, but in Kali Yuga, this is banned. You cannot marry your own brother's wife. Right? And number 3, this kind of sati is not is banned. You shouldn't do it. And what else? There's few things are being banned. All right? Because every activity is done in every kala, every yuga. Okay? You got it, Mataji?
Prabhu, excuse me, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, Prabhu.
One more ritual, Indian belief, they also encourage those days now. Child marriage, which is ruled banned today.
Child marriage is something which is not wrong, actually. You must understand the child marriage concept. Right? Okay, let me just off this. You asked a very important question, actually. What is child marriages? All right. See, like for instance, when the child is young, the man will make an agreement. Say, like for instance, I got a daughter and another man got a son. All right. His son may be 2 years or 3 years old, and he's my very close friend or my relative in like mama or something, machan. So after I get a daughter, I tell the person, okay, my daughter, I will get it married to you, to your son. You got it, Prabhu, Rajendran Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, understood, Prabhu.
Yes. After I make that arrangement, of course, the baby is still with me, I will bring her up. But while bringing her up, I will tell my daughter, that boy, that uncle's son is your future husband. So from young, that child, especially the girls, will grow up thinking that she has a husband. And likewise, the boy grew up thinking that he has a wife. So that is a very positive way of bringing up children. If not, the children will go out and look for their boyfriend, girlfriend, and they start to flirt and they create unwanted things.
Flout around.
Huh?
Flout around. Flout. F-L-A-U-T.
Yeah, flirting. They go flirt. They go to illicit sex, illicit affair. Right? They like to see. And then they go to the university, look at, oh, the guy, look at the guy, so handsome. Look at, no, when you set up this thing, you will never fall in love with anyone else because you're already being committed. So when you look at our culture, Prabhu, when the girl come to age, we do sadanga, right?
Yes, right? Yes, Prabhu.
When we do sadanga, what we say? Mora payan, or the person that you have already committed to be this thing, he will come and see the girl who have already become who came to age, who came to puberty, say around 12, 13 years old, 12 years old, roughly, right? 10 to 12 years old. When the girl come to age, they do the sadanga ceremony, and the boy that's supposed to marry will come. And why they do sadanga ceremony just like coming to age ceremony, and they do it like a marriage, like a wedding. Why? Number one is all the old people won't be alive to see the granddaughter getting married. So it's an opportunity for them to see them. Oh, look at my granddaughter, look like a punnu rubam, punnu, wear the nice sari and all these, and the boy will come, and for them to just to see. And of course, he's part of it. So that means he's already reconfirming the agreement, the mutual agreement. And that time they do sadanga means he's like a person, right? It is just like they give the 30, they make a formal agreement in front of everyone that this girl is taken, I'm going to get my daughter to marry to this man, this boy, right? After that, when she turns 16, 17 years old, that's the time I get her married and sent to that's when they marry and take the child to their house. It is not that 12 years old get them married and go and stay in their house. No, it doesn't work that way. Right? So the best time to get a child married is the age of 16, because that's the height of their, what they call their emotion. When they turn 16, that's the height of that emotion, the last or whatever. And the time when we can get them married, they produce healthy children. And imagine, say by 16 to 20 or 21, maybe they have 2 or 3 children. By 21, and by the age of 41, the children are grown up. And imagine, so our system was never wrong. But of course, now as we go on in the term of being, what they call, in the term, what do you call it? Modernization. This modernization is actually degradation. That's why you see a lot of illicit sex happening. We see all kind of nonsense things happening, all because of this. Yes, Saki Mataji.
இது நான் வந்து ரியலைஸ் பண்ண விஷயம் பிரபு. இப்போ நீங்க சொல்றது சைல்ட் மேரேஜ் அந்த காலத்துல வந்து எதனால பண்ணாங்கன்னு இப்போ நான் வந்து பாக்குறதுப்ப எனக்கு தெரியுது. ஏன்னா என்னோட டாக்டர் அந்த வயசுல இருக்கிறாங்க. ஸோ அது பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் த ஹார்மோன் அந்த டைம்ல அவங்களுக்கு அந்த வயசுல வந்து அந்த மாதிரி தோணும். அதனாலதான் அந்த காலத்துல இதெல்லாம் பண்ணாங்க. இப்ப அது நடக்காத வச்சு அவங்க தப்பான வழிக்கு போறதுக்கு இதுவும் ஒரு காரணமா ஆயிருச்சு. ஒரு வயசு மதர் வந்து நான் புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டேன் எதனால அந்த காலத்துல வந்து அப்படி பண்ணாங்கன்னு இப்ப எனக்கு தெரியுது.
Yes.
Thanks,
how old is your daughter, Mataji?
Adolescent stage, very young stage. ஒரு 15 வயசு அந்த மாதிரி தான் இருக்கும் பிரபு. பட் அவங்களோட அந்த வயசுக்கு வந்து அந்த ஹார்மோன் வந்து அப்படிதான் வேலை செய்யும். அதனாலதான் அந்த காலத்துல கால் கட்டு ஏர்லியா போட்டுட்டாங்க. இப்ப அந்த மாதிரி இல்லாத வச்சு அவங்க தப்பான வழிக்கு போறதுக்கு அதனாலதான் இந்த சின்ன பிள்ளைங்க இந்த மாதிரி தப்பான வழிக்கு போறாங்க. அப்கோர்ஸ் வந்து நம்ம வந்து நிறைய ஸ்பிரிச்சுவல் எஜுகேஷன் எல்லாம் கொடுத்துதான் நம்ம கொண்டு வர முடியும் அவங்கள. அதனால அந்த ஸ்பிரிச்சுவல் எஜுகேஷன் இருக்கிற வச்சுதான் பிள்ளைங்க எல்லாம் வந்து தப்பிக்கிறாங்க பிரபு. இல்லைன்னா ரொம்ப கஷ்டம் இப்போ உள்ள காலத்துல.
Definitely. See, my elder girl is now 19 years old. When she turned 16, the amount of challenges that I went through is unbelievable. Because when the hormones start changing, the attraction started, and you know what? They can make wrong decision. கண்ணுல விளக்கணையை ஊத்தி பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கிறதா இருக்கு. Now my second girl is already, now she's 17. It's the same thing happened, right? So at that moment of time, when we can say, okay, at that moment, say like we have already get a suitor, and the connect பண்ணி விட்டோம்னா, the child know, okay, I cannot do this nonsense because I already got a husband. I already got this thing. So it's already set up. So the girl will never go. Anybody come and say, you think no, sorry, sir. I'm married. I'm already got a husband. Say, what? You're only 17 years old. I'm married. No, I've already got a morapayan, that I've already been suited. So the girl will grow up only in that. When she thinks about love, boyfriend, she still straightaway remembers this thing. That's why our Vedic system is never wrong.
Go wrong.
But our system has been manipulated by all kind of nonsense. That feminist movement is such a bogus movement. Feminists, right? They created these kind of things. Of course, because all these things created because of mismanagement. Everything has been mismanaged. All right. Some people say, oh, get married, this, that, and that, all kind of things happening. All right. But all these another thing in Kali Yuga, you're not allowed to marry more than one. You must stay with one wife. You cannot have like 4 wives. Stay with one wife. So these are some polygamy. Polygamy is not allowed in Kali Yuga. All right. So that's why we bring up the children. Imagine at that such a age, when there's such a production time, and there's the height of that product. Even now, it's proven scientifically. If those who are married after 28 onwards, childbearing is a risk. And by right, you should finish up your childbearing before you're 25. Before 25, you should be given birth to all the child. After that, after 25 is risk. A risk. And that's why we see so many people are there. And like now that, that ADHD condition, this condition, look at the child that step because she's ADHD. She's become, all of these kind of things happening. Very sad situation. Because it's part of the Kali Yuga. Right? Sarasmati, you want to say something? I see you unmuted.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Mati.
16, if the child is married, she's still considered a child. She bears children. Will she know how to take care of the baby and then her own health as well? She's not fully grown. I mean, this is my view. Might be
Yes,
before
right.
21, she's not fully developed physically. So isn't it a
Understand.
danger to her?
Okay, now that's why there is always a system of family orientated. So the child after their marriage, all right, after when the girl become pregnant or during the delivery and all this time, they go to the mother's house. Because that time there'll be a lot of tantrum will be happening. Only the mother can tolerate. Mother-in-law cannot tolerate. So that's why they said first when they want to deliver the child, before the delivery, they send to the mother's house. It comes to the mother's house. After deliver the child, go through all that process. After purification ceremony done, then they send to then she goes back to mother-in-law's house. And of course, in those days, there is a family. There's no such thing. They stay alone. They all live in a family. Kuttu Kudumam. So in the Kuttu Kudumam, somehow or other, they can manage. See, like for instance, brothers, like those days, Mataji, I remember. I mean, of course, you also should remember that. So like what we say, brothers' children is like my own daughter, old child, and they were growing up like that. I grew up. I remember my Chitappa's son, my father took care of him like his own son. We all stayed in the same house, grandfather's house. And we all grew up together that, when father goes buy something, you'll buy for him. No, we grew up that way. But nowadays, the modernization, one floor this side, another floor that side. Sometimes we have to make an appointment to go and see our cousins, these kind of things. So as a Kuttu Kudumam, we will never go wrong.
Thanks,
Okay,
Prabhu. The other
Yes.
thing you said about before 28, they should bear all these children. If marriage is taking place only after 28,
Exactly.
it's not possible.
Yeah, exactly. After 28, 30, people are get married. What kind of child they're going to produce. Okay, let them say they will produce a good children. There's no harm about it. And imagine by the age of 50, 55, you'll be sitting and, still looking after your children. And when you turn 60 and your daughter come back to your house pregnant, how are you going to look after? Then you have to, ஐயோ மேட் புடிஞ்சா நிமிர முடியாது, நிமிர்ந்தா புரிய முடியாது. அந்த நேரத்துல வந்துட்டு பிள்ளை கர்ப்பத்தோட வீட்டுக்கு வந்துட்டு எப்படி பாக்குறது?
Thanks, Prabhu.
Yes, welcome, Mataji. All right. So even I've seen those who have because I do a lot of research. I've seen that people who have long life. If you really check, I want you to check also. I want you to come out with that idea. They usually will get the child married off, or they born from a mother where the mother delivers the child around 16 to below 25. When they're from 16 to 25, within that period, if they could bear a child and deliver, that child usually have a long life. Right? Maybe we can ask Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu. Prabhuji, are you there? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
How old were you when your mother gave birth to you?
Oh, my mother married at the age of 14.
14. And you were born when she was?
I think by the time of 25, I am the second last.
Second last.
We were 8 of us.
8 of you.
Yeah.
And your mother delivered all within 25.
Yeah. 20. I'm not so sure, but she,
roughly.
one by one.
Yes. How old is your eldest? His brother or sister?
Sister.
Sister, how old is she? Is she still around?
Oh, no. She passed away.
At what age, Prabhu?
80 over, Prabhu. 80 over.
80 over years old, right? And any of the... sorry?
Not me.
What is it?
I didn't say anything.
No. Your elder sister, how old when she passed away?
87 something, Prabhu.
87, right?
Yeah.
You still have your older siblings that are with you?
Yeah, my brother is there. The one who initiated me, brought me to
Okay, how old is he? How old is he now?
90. He's 90.
90. Is he still movable? Is still
Oh,
active?
he can run around. Oh.
Yes. So this is an example. This is an example of a bearing of a child when you're around that age to before 25, you produce the best children, long life, healthy. All right. So this is another thing that we have proved here. The Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu, I think it's around 84, 85. That's the thing. Having a children at a very young age, it produces a very strong child. Anyway, we went out of the topic. Okay, I hope I've answered everyone. So when you talk about sati, right? So the sati is something that used to done. I mean, they used to do, but of course not recommended in Kali Yuga. But who can do sati if she is without an issue? That means if she don't have a child, right? When you see that Pandu passed away, he has two wives. One is Kunti Devi, another one is what's the name?
Madri.
Madri, yes. Madri. So Madri is young and I mean this thing. So she told, I got 2 sons and you got 3 sons. Okay, what do you do? You look after all the sons and I will follow the husband. I follow Pandu and do this sati ceremony. So like that, all right? So all these things done when you don't have an issue. But in this case, the wife of Dronacharya, she did not undergo such a trial. She didn't go do sati because she had a son. And the son is the representative of her husband. Right? Representative of the husband. So the widow is so called if there is a son of a husband existing. The widow is so called if there is a son of a husband existing. So in either case, Ashwatthama was a representative of Dronacharya. And therefore, killing Ashwatthama would be killing Dronacharya. That was the argument of Draupadi against the killing of Ashwatthama. Ashwatthama, you can't kill that. Right? Okay, let's look at the text 46. Tat dharmanya mahabhaga bhavat bir gauravam kulam vrijinam narhati praptum pujyam vandyam abhekshanasha gauravam. What is gauravam means? Is it fortunate? What is a gauravam? Glorified, yes. Gauravam. In Tamil also we call gauravam, right? Dignified, glorified is called gauravam. Okay. Now, let's look at the translation here. Please read the translation quickly.
I read.
Yes.
O most fortunate one who knows the principles of religion, it is not good for you to cause grief to glorious family members who are always respectable and worshipful.
Yes. Gauravapatta kudumbam. Gauravamana kudumbam. So the most fortunate one, most fortunate one who knows the principle of religion. It is not good. It is not good at all that it causes grief to a glorious family. Gauravamana kudumbathukku sodhanai kudukiradhu is wrong. You cannot cause grief to the glorious family members who are always respectable and worshipable. So a slight insult for a respectable family is sufficient to invoke grief. A slight insult. When you insult a very respected family, a slight insult, you can create a huge grief to them. Therefore, a cultured man should always be careful in dealing with worshipful family members. So we must be very careful. I think in Bhagavad Gita also there's a statement says that for an honorable man, dishonor is worse than death. So Prabhupada writes here, we should be always careful when we deal with worshipful family members. 47. Marudit asya janani gautami pati devata yataham mrittavat sarta rodi masru mukhi muhu. Translation, please.
Oh my Lord, do not make the wife of Dronacharya cry like me. I am aggrieved for the death of my son. She needs not cry constantly like me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So he says, my Lord, telling the husband, telling Krishna, do not make the wife of Dronacharya cry like me. I just lost my son. I lost my 5 sons and I'm crying. I don't want her to cry. I'm aggrieved for the death of my sons. So she did not cry constantly like me. She did not need to cry. Look at that, how wonderful Draupadi is. So sympathetic lady as she was, Srimadi Draupadi, did not want to put the wife of Dronacharya in the same position of childlessness, both from the point of motherly feeling as well as from the respectable position held by the wife of Dronacharya. 48. Yaiko pitang brahmakulam, yaiko pitang brahmakulam, rajanyer ajitatmabi, tatkulam pradahatyashu, sanu bandam shucharpitam. Right? Right. In Malay, we call kopitiam, kopitam. Kopitam means what? Enraged. Ovum. All right. Please read the translation.
If the kingly administrative order, which is unrestricted in sense control, offends the Brahmana order and enrages them, then the fire of that rage burns up the whole body of the royal family and brings grief upon all. Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
So now see what the Draupadi is giving a very important info here. It says, if the kingly administrative order, which is unrestricted in sense control. So the first thing of being a king, they must be in full sense control. If they become unrestricted, it's dangerous for them. Nowadays, you see the prince, the sultan's son, the prince, all right, the Thailand, now the current king, such a playboy, right? So now he's the current king. And when you see all the prince of the king and sultan, you see all that, everywhere around the world. They are very unrestricted. They enjoy their life. Madhu, wine and woman. And they enjoy. Go to what? The place called, there's one place that you can see them all. What Monalito? Costa Rica. What is the place? There's one place in Europe. All right. It's a very expensive place. You can see them. It's in my mind. It's not coming out.
Monaco.
No, not Monaco. That place is where all the rich and famous go there. Anyway, I can't recall.
Madagascar.
No, not Madagascar. Somewhere around that area. What is called like a Miami, but the place is Puerto Rico. Okay, anyway, it's not important. So, what kind of? Huh?
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, no. இல்ல. அதுக்கு இன்னொரு பேர் இருக்கு. It's a city of rich and famous. Anyway, so if the thing become unrestricted sense control and offends a Brahmana order, the order of a Brahmana, and enrages them and make them angry, you know what will happen? Then the fire of that rage will burn up the whole body of the royal family. At that time, you know what will happen? It brings grief upon all. That's why nowadays you see all the royal family has some or other been destroyed around the world. There's no more royal family anymore, right? Because they create that destruction against the Brahmanical order. Now you may say, where got in Europe got Brahmin? Yes, we're talking about spiritual. The monks, all these are still in the mode of goodness, right? So like that. Purport. A Brahmana order of society or a spiritually advanced caste in any community and the member of such highly elevated family were always held in great esteem. We have always keep them in a great esteem by other subordinate castes, namely the administrative king, or the mercantile, and also the laborers. So always keep them as a very high rank by the Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. 49. Then after saying all that, now Sutta is saying, addressing back to the sages in Naimi Saranya. He said like this. Sutta vacha dharmyang nyayang sakarunang nirvalikam samang mahat raja dharma sutoranya pratyanandat vacho dvija. Please read the translation.
Sutta Goswami said, O Brahmanas, King Yudhishthira fully supported the statements of the queen, which were in accordance with the principles of religion and were justified, glorious, full of mercy and equity, and were without duplicity. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Nice. So what then after the Sutta Goswami, after saying that, now What did he say? Oh, Brahmanas. Brahmanas means he's addressing the sages in Naimisaranya. He said, oh, Brahmanas, the king Yudhishthira, the elder brother, he became the king. He fully supported the statements of the queen. He supported the statements of the queen, which were in accordance with the principle of religion. Because this is also the principle of religion. And not only accordance to that, but it also was justified. She justified it. And it's glorious, the decision that she says. And it is full of mercy, equity, and were without duplicity. She was not simply pretending. Purport. Maharaj Yudhishthira was the son of Dharmaraj. Now let's look at this. Who is Maharaj Yudhishthira? So Maharaj Yudhishthira is the son of Dharmaraj. And who is Dharmaraj? He is Yamaraj. Okay, Yamaraj. So Yamaraj, so is a Yudhishthira is the son of Dharmaraj. Right? So now the question is, hey, how is that possible? I thought he's the son of Pandu. How come he became a son of Dharmaraj? Anyone of you have that doubt with you now? We know he's a son of Pandu, but here Prabhupada is writing son of Dharmaraj. How is that possible? Do anyone of you got such doubt?
Yes, Prabhu, I have.
Oh, you have the doubt.
Yes.
That's nice. Very nice. You say it out. Yes. Anyone else have the doubt? Shobha Mataji or who else? Muru. Yes, Muru is there. Mother Muru, do you still have the doubt? Hey, how is that possible?
I don't know, Prabhu.
How you
Maybe
don't
I
know?
need to read again. Yeah.
Okay. The thing is like this. Kunti had a boon. She had a boon. When she's small, she served Durvasa Muni very nicely. And Durvasa Muni gave her the boon. If you just call upon any devas, the devas will come and give you a child. All right. So accidentally she tested the boon, and she had a child called Karna.
Yes, correct, Prabhu.
So hey, is that thing? She just looked at the sun, suddenly called the mantra, then sun god came and gave her a child, Karna. Then she was so worried. Before marriage, she had a child. She put the child in a small boat and put it, and of course taken by the Sarathi, the chariot rider, and took care, brought him up, Karna. Then what happened? At one moment, Pandu went for a hunting, and that time he saw that two deer were like making love, all right, like a producing child. And these deers are actually rishis. Sometimes rishi also like to go there and take other form of because the rishi can take any form they like. They can become a bird, they can become a deer. So suddenly maybe they felt how it feels like procreating in the form of a deer. Deer, how it feels like having sex in the deer body, you know. So both of them turned into deer, were like having, like making love. And the time Pandu saw the thing and he didn't realize that female deer was there. He saw the deer and he hunted. He just shoot, palm, and killed the male deer. At that time, she was so, after that, they both come back into the real body and they were like so angry. And Pandu got a shock. How is that possible? How is that possible that you then say, oh, how could you? But out of anger, they curse him. Whenever you go near your wife in romantic feeling, you will die instantly. You can never unite with your wife. If you unite, you will die. What a curse to the Kshatriya. So, but the problem is, he need to have children. If not, who going to run the kingdom? They need to have a king to run that kingdom. Now you got a curse, you go near your wife, you die. Alama. And you got two wives, Kunti and Madri. At that time, after he got the curse, he go into great lamentation. That Kunti will tell, don't worry, my dear Lord, I've got a secret to tell you. From this Muni, I got this kind of boon. If you don't mind, can I do that? He said, yes, for the sake of future, for the sake of progeny, please call upon that. So what happened? The first person he called upon, he looked at the west, he called upon Dharmaraj, or the Yamaraj came. And Yamaraj gave her a child, and that is Yudhishthira. Right? Then after that, he looked, then after the first child, then she looked at another, I'm not sure which one. Then Vayu came. Vayu means air, the wind god. So Vayu came and gave her a child, and that person became Bhima. That's why Bhima is very strong. There's one story, Bhima and Hanuman will meet. Right? Bhima and Hanuman actually brothers. So Bhima will be born through Vayu, air god, and wind. Then after that, Arjuna was born from who? Agni. Is it Agni?
Indra.
Indra. Yes, Indra. Then after that, she looked at the heaven, she called, the Indra will come. Indra will give her a child, that is Arjuna. And Nagula Sahadeva, she said, never mind, I give you the mantra, I gave to Madri. You gave to Madri, now you call upon. At least you also become a mother. So when she called upon the Ashwini Kumaras, the twins, when she called upon Ashwini Kumara, and that's when she started to have the child, Nagula Sahadeva. All right. So now you can say, but Madri had a child. Why she need to go into Sati? Because all the children were gotten not through the natural way. It's true that blessings, they had a child. So consider she still has no children. Right? Adopting a child and having a child is two different things. So when she was given that boon, she started to have the child. That's why Madri agreed to go into Sati along with the husband, because she really didn't have the child from her. And she told the mother, told that the co-wife, Kunti Devi, since you had that boon, you give it to me, and after all, still, you look after this son, my sons. You look after them. I will follow the husband and this thing. At that moment, one moment, suddenly, due to the cause of the providence, what they call Pandu suddenly became very excited, you know, and of course the Cupid shoot the arrow. The lust is increased, forgotten the curse. He went near the Madri, touched her, and she died. And he died instantly. He died instantly, and that's how the thing happened. So Kunti became a widow at a very young age. She brought up the 5 children, and she was protected by Bhishma Dev. And Bhishma Dev took care of the 5 boys, the grandfather. That's why Arjuna became so overwhelmed to see that they are there to fight. Oh my God, my grandfather who took care of me is there to fight. And of course, his close friend Dronacharya. And Dronacharya, my guru, he's there to fight. He was so heartbroken. That's why he don't want to fight. That's when Bhagavad Gita was spoken. Do you follow me, Krishna Kumari Mataji and Muru Mataji? Are you clear now?
Now I'm clear. I wrote down the
You wrote down?
Yeah.
All right. So now we understand. So Yudhishthira, the king, is actually the son of Dharmaraj or Yamaraj. Okay. Why is the word first is Dharmaraj and also Yamaraj? Is there any difference? Dharmaraj is the king of, how they translated here? To play Dharma Sanam.
Difference irukku Prabhu.
சொல்லுங்க என்ன difference?
யம தர்மராஜ் sinful people வந்து பாப்பாரு அவரு. தர்மராஜ் வந்து devotees ஹேண்டில் பண்ணுவாரு.
அப்படி இல்ல. தர்மராஜ் வந்து தர்மத்தை நிலை காப்பவர். யமராஜ் வந்து தர்மத்தை ஏட்டிக்கு போட்டே இருந்தாலும் பிடிச்சி தண்டிக்கிறவர். Alright, in English, Dharmaraj means the one who uphold dharma. And Yamaraj is the one who put the sinner, torture the sinner, punish the sinner. Alright? Example, if a devotee goes to hell, we will see Dharmaraj. He will come and see you in the eastern gate of Yamapuri. Eastern gate, he will come and say, Hare Krishna, yes, welcome. Okay, you have done such a wonderful job. All right, I have already prepared. There's one devotee is creating a child doing a Garbhadana Samskara. I want you to send you there. You continue your sadhana from there. But before that, he'll give you prasadam, give you food to eat and everything. Take care of you nicely and respectfully take you and put you in the semen of the man into the heart. And through the heart, it goes into the semen. And through the semen, it gets into the womb of a mother. And through that, you'll be born again as a devotee. But Karmi will go and see him in a eastern gate. In that eastern gate, he will got a very ghastly form, ugly form, 30 foot high, with such a horrifying form. Just imagine the ghost also is going to be that ugly. You think the ghost is ugly? Even is million times uglier than the ghost. When you look at him, the whole body starts trembling. And he said, well, you have done. Go to Kumbhipakam. Go here, go there. And straight away send you and punish you. He come in a ghastly form. That is called Yamaraj. So here we talk about Dharmaraj and Yamaraj. There is a difference. All right. Anyway, but the Yudhishthira is the son of Dharmaraj. That's why the Yudhishthira got another name called Dharmaputran, right? Okay. So now, fully supported the word. She supported the words of Queen Kunti because in asking Arjuna to release the Ashwatthama. So now Prabhupada writes here, one should not tolerate the humiliation of a member of a great family. Again, Prabhupada was right that if a great family has been criticized or humiliated, you cannot stand there and do nothing. You should not tolerate that. So Arjuna and his family were indebted to the family of Dronacharya. Now we understand, not only they thought the thing when the young orphan, the 5 children, no father, no this thing, orphan, young orphan, and what they call Bhishma took care, and even Dronacharya had so much affection. And he had so much of affection, especially to Arjuna, because of learning the military science from him. He thought it, and he knows, Dronacharya knows that Arjuna going to kill him. The cause of his death is from this boy. But yet, he taught him everything. That is Kshatriya. All right? They don't know, oh, this is not going to kill me. Not only the demons, like Kamsa. He knows Krishna going to kill, and he tried all his best to kill Krishna. Right? So that is demoniac people. Demons are always thinking like that. But what happened to the devotees? Even he knows that he's going to kill me, but my duty to teach him, I will teach him. That's all. Right? Because Arjuna learning and military science from him. If ingratitude was shown to such a benevolent family, it was not at all justified. Not at all justified from the moral standpoint. The wife of Dronacharya, who was half body of the great soul, must be treated with compassion, and she should not be put into a grief. Half body means what? The mother. Okay, the word is half of the Dronacharya should not put her this thing because of the son's death. That is called compassion. Such statement by Draupadi are without duplicity, because action should be taken with full knowledge. There's no duplicity because all the actions that we should do must be taken with full knowledge. That's why again we say knowledge is very important. All right, chapter Purushottama Yoga 15. 17, 15, yes. No. What chapter are we reading? Krishna says, I can't recall. We were studying that in our temple. It's 15 notes. Okay, anyway, I can't recall. What he says, the one in knowledge are very dear to me. Krishna says that very clearly. The one who knowledge is very dear. Because knowledge is very important. If no knowledge, we will speculate. We will speculate. Right? So the feeling of equality was there because Draupadi spoke out of a personal experience. That means what they call? There is a feeling of equality. A barren woman cannot understand the grief of a mother. Prabhupada writes here. The barren woman. The barren woman is what? The woman who cannot have child. In Tamil, we call it malady or something like that. Barren woman. They don't understand the grief of a mother because she never had a child. She don't know how it feels. So Draupadi was hereof as a mother. And therefore, her calculation of the depth of creepy grief was quite to the point. And it was glorious because she wanted to show proper respect to a great family. Right? All right, text 850. Okay, when you look at 50 onwards, all right, it's just, okay. Okay, now 50 to 58, just eight verses here. Shall we just take a short break, Prabhus and mothers? Is it okay? Take a short break? Will that be fine? Just say 1 or 2 minutes. 2 minutes, okay? Take a short break, go and get a water and come back. Hare Krishna.
The sound will come later. Why? That is all.
Hare Krishna. Shall we continue? Everyone is back?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Okay. Nagula Sahadevascha Yuyudano Dhananjaya Bhagavan Devaki Putro Cha Ye Chanyeyas Cha Yoshita. Right. Please read the translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Nakula and Sahadeva, the younger brothers of the king, and also Satyaki, Arjuna, the personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, son of Devaki, and the ladies and others, all unanimously agreed with the king.
Yes. Not Satyaki, Satyaki. Right?
Satyaki.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
So the younger brothers of the king, who are they? Nagula and Sahadeva. As I said, born of Madri, right? The Ashwini Kumaras, all right? Also, and also Satyaki and Arjuna, the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, son of Devaki, okay? Son of Devaki. So the Krishna, son of Devaki. And the ladies and other unanimously agreed with the king. Yes, they all agreed to the king. Yes, he has to be protected. He has to be forgiven. We should not punish him. Everyone agrees. Text 51. Tatraha marshito bimas tasya shreyan vadasmrta na bartur natmanas charte yohan suptan shishun vrta. Okay, translation please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes.
Bhima, however, disagreed with them and recommended killing this culprit, who, in an angry mood, had murdered sleeping children for no purpose and for neither his nor his master's interest.
Yes. But Bhima, son of Vayu. Sometimes Vayu is very unpredictable. Katirichi, Bhima, he disagreed. He said no. And he recommended the killing this culprit. He said, no, kill that fella in an angry mood. Okay. So kill that culprit who in an angry mood had murdered sleeping children for no purpose. All right. And neither he or his master's interest, not for his interest and not also the master's interest. So he simply killed them for unnecessarily. So that means he shows that even killing also must have some reason. But he said no, right? Then after that, what happened? Now this is the interesting part. Nishamya Bhima Gaditam. All right, Gaditam, right? Spoken. Draupadyascha Chaturbuja. Alokya Vadaram Sakyur. Idam Iha Hasan Niva. Translation.
Chaturbuja, the four-armed one, or the personality of Godhead, After hearing the words of Bhima, Draupadi and others saw the face of his dear friend Arjuna, and he began to speak as if smiling. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Chaturbuja. Chaturbuja. Chatur means four. All right. Bhuja means the four-armed one, or the personality of Godhead. Here referring to Krishna. After hearing the words of Bhima, Draupadi and others saw the face of his dear friend Arjuna, and then he began to speak as if smiling. I mean, just speaking like a kind of, just try to imagine, he's speaking like, right? It's kind of smiling. So now, okay, now Prabhupada explain here. Lord Krishna had two arms. And why he designated four arms is explained by Sridhar Swami. We can say, Krishna got two hands, but how come here is called Chaturbuja? Right? Okay, now, and who explained? Sridhar Swami explaining. It's one of our Acharya. He says, okay, both Bhima and Draupadi held opposite views. Bhima says, kill. Draupadi says, no. About killing Ashwatthama. Bhima wanted him to be immediately killed, whereas Draupadi wanted he to save him. So we can imagine Bhima is ready to kill while Draupadi is obstructing him. Say no. And in order to prevent both of them, the Lord discovered another two arms. So the Lord discovered another two arms. Originally, the primeval Lord Sri Krishna displays only two arms. But in his Narayana feature, he exhibits four. Are you all with me?
Yes.
Just to save this 2% quarreling, now he started to show another two arms, another two hand come out. Okay, he showed the Narayana form. Now, in his Narayana feature, he resides with his devotees in Vaikuntha planet. While in his original Sri Krishna feature, he resides in Krishna Loka planet far, far above the Vaikuntha planet in the spiritual sky. Okay, let's see. What does it mean? So now, in the Narayana feature, he stays with his devotees. Where he stays? He stays in the place called Vaikuntha planet. That's innumerable Vaikuntha planet. But in his original Sri Krishna feature, so Sri Krishna is the original feature, he stays in Krishna Loka, which is far above the Vaikuntha planet. It's far away in Vaikuntha planet in the spiritual sky. So when you look at the spiritual sky, all the Vaikuntha planets are there. But far, far away from there, that is his original place called Krishna Loka or Goloka Dham. All right. So therefore, Sri Krishna is called Chaturbuja. And there's no contradiction on that. If it's needed, he can display hundreds of arms as he exhibited in Vishwarupa, shown to Arjuna. Vishwarupa, when you see in Bhagavad Gita, right? He showed thousands and thousands of arms. Therefore, one can display him hundreds and thousands of arms, can also manifest for whenever needed. So, now let's look at this. When Arjuna were perplexed, what to do with Ashwatthama? Perplexed means what? He is confused. What to do? To save him or to kill him? So Lord Krishna, a very dear friend to Arjuna, voluntarily took up the matter just to make a solution. And he was smiling also. Right? So, so when he started to show his four-armed form, that means he started to show his the form of personality of Godhead in Vaikuntha. Say, like, for instance, suddenly a person is there, even Krishna, the Supreme Personality, is missing, but the four-armed form in that position, it makes a difference. Then you say, wow, oh, yeah, Narayana is here. Okay, even though Krishna is the Supreme Personality, and they know, but they show the four-armed form. Okay, let's see 53, 54, what Krishna says. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Brahma Bandurna Hatanvya Hantavya Brahma Bandurna Hantavya Atat Atatai Vadarhana Mayaiva Mayaivo Byayam Natam paripahyanushasanam guru pratishrutam satyam yattat santvayata priyam cha bhimasenasya panchalya mayam evacha. Panchalya, right? Panchalya. So Draupadi got another name called Panchalya, or in Tamil we call Panchali. All right. In Tamil, when we look at that, when Draupadi was about to disrobe, and Draupadi there, when they want to like strip her naked in the assembly, there's the curse of Panchali. In Tamil, we call Panchali Sabadam. Saba whatever. So Panchali Sabadam. So there's a story about it when you read in Tamil literature. Panchali Sabadam. So that's why there's another name of Draupadi is Panchali. All right. Now, please read the translation.
Shalai Prabhu.
The personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna said, a friend of a Brahmana is not to be killed, but if he is an aggressor, he must be killed. All these rulings are in the scriptures, and you should act accordingly. You have to fulfill your promise to your wife, and you must also act to the satisfaction of Bhishma Deva and me. Hare Krishna.
Bhima Sena, not Bhishma, Bhima Sena.
Bhima Sena and me.
Okay. So now what Krishna says smilingly, can you imagine? He's giving a kind of sinister smile. Sinister smile, na oru vedappu siruppu. Sinister smile. Well, Krishna says a friend of Brahmana is not to be killed. He's not to be killed. Brahma Bandhu cannot be killed. But he's an aggressor. And for that, he must be killed. All these rulings are in the scripture. In the scripture, it says, yes, cannot be killed, but aggressor can be killed. And you should act accordingly. You should act accordingly. Okay? And at the same time, what Arjuna did, you have to fulfill your promise to your wife. He said that I'll cut his head off, I'll put there, you stand on his head and start to take a bath. You have to fulfill that promise. And you must also act to satisfaction of Bhima Sena. The Bhima Sena, you must also make him happy. And also me. I also said, kill the flood. So imagine he's putting Arjuna in a perplexity. All right. Now, Arjuna was perplexed because Ashwatthama was to be killed as well as spared according to the different scripture. Cited by different person. Cited, that means quoted by different person. Now, as a Brahma Bandhu or a worthless son of a Brahmana, Ashwatthama was not to be killed. But he was at the same time an aggressor. And according to the ruling of Manu Sanghita, the aggressor, even though he be a Brahmana, and what to speak about unworthy son of Brahmana, even a Brahmana, if he's an aggressor, and now what to speak about useless son of Brahmana, he has to be killed. Dronacharya was certainly a Brahmana in the true sense of the term, but because he stood in the battlefield, he was killed. How to understand this? Dronacharya was a Brahmana, but because of the term, because he stood in the wrong side. While we are fighting, we cannot say, oh, he's a Brahmana, I cannot kill. Because Arjuna says, my grandfather is there. My teacher, Dronacharya, is there. But Krishna says, look here, you are not going to kill the body, you're only going to kill this. You cannot kill him. Because they are the soul. You know, chapter 2, Bhagavad Gita. They are the soul. The soul is immutable, cannot be moist, cannot be burned, cannot be dried, cannot be cut into pieces. You basically cannot kill it. And the size of it, you take a tip of the head, divide to 10,000. That's a tiny piece. You can never destroy the soul. When the body is slain, but he is not slain. The word that Prabhupada used in Bhagavad Gita. When the body is slain, he is not slain. That means when the body is killed, but actually he is not killed. So he convinced him to fight. And of course, ended up he killed all of them. Right? But of course, he's a son of a Brahmana. He's a Brahmana. Dronacharya is a Brahmana, but he's standing on the wrong side as an enemy. You have to fight. That time you cannot say he's a Brahmana, I cannot kill. So although Ashwatthama is an aggressor, but he stood without any fighting weapons. He's an aggressor, yes, but he stand there without any weapon. And the ruling is that an aggressor, when he is without a weapon or a chariot, he cannot be killed. Now you got the answer. Now you got the argument, Prabhus and mothers. Do you understand the argument here? He's an aggressor, but he don't have a weapon. He don't have a knife. He don't have a sword. He don't have a chariot. His hand got tied. He's to the throat, and he's been kept here like an animal. And he's an aggressor, but he don't have a weapon, so you cannot kill him. Right? Right. So then all these was certainly perplexity. All these make Arjuna even more confused. He don't know what to decide. But besides that, Arjuna had to keep the promise he had made before Draupadi to pacify her. That's why sometimes when we want to pacify people, don't give false hope. It creates a lot of mental disturbance. When someone is suffering, oh no, don't worry, I will take care. I will take care of children. I will do that. Don't give this kind of hope when you can't do it. Must be very careful. All right. But he also had to satisfy both Bhima and Krishna, who advised to kill him. So the dilemma was present before Arjuna, and the solution was awarded by Krishna also. Let's look at the next verse. Sutta vacha Arjuna sahasa nyaya harer hardam atashina manim jahara murdanyang dvijasya saha murdajam. Okay. So please read the verse translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Just then Arjuna could understand the motive of the Lord by his equivocal orders, and thus with his sword he served both the hair and jewel from the head of Ashwatthama.
Yes. So, just as Arjuna could understand the motive of the Lord, you have to fulfill all that vow you have taken by his equivocal orders. That means indirect orders. Indirectly he's telling, now you remember not Arjuna, what you should do? You do that, then he say, yes, now I understand, yes. So what he did, he took off his sword. He took his sword, and what he did, he severed both the hair. They got a hair, for the Kshatriya, the hair is what they call, is a pride. So cutting the hair off is equivalent to cutting his head. That is how a Brahma Bandhu or a great person, they are not killed, but they are humiliated in that way. They cut their hair off. And also the jewel from the head of Ashwatthama. The jewel that he was wearing, cut all that off. It's a humiliation. So now Prabhupada writes, contradictory order of a different person are impossible to carry out because it's a contradictory order. One say kill, one say don't kill. How? If I kill, he die, and say don't kill, give him, spare him. How to do that? Therefore, a compromise was selected by Arjuna. The compromise selected by how? Through his sharp intelligence. So what he did, he separated the jewel from the head of Ashwatthama. Right? He just pulled out all his jewelry, cut off, and was as good as cutting off his head. He's as good as cutting off his head. Cutting all his jewelry and everything is considered cutting his head off. Sometimes we hear tali arukkuradhu. They take the tali off, and it's considered that husband is dead, like the kind of things. So now also the term they say, right? Tali arukkuradhu. Yes, Braja Prema.
This one is the jewel fixed, right? Head right, this jewel.
What is that?
This jewel is fixed on his head.
Fixed on his head?
Forehead. Forehead. Ashwatthama have this jewel. She born with the jewel.
Okay, yeah. So he born with the thing with the jewel. They like cut off the jewel, right?
Cutting off from the flesh, the jewel flesh of his forehead.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
His bird having this jewel for at his head. Jewel
Okay.
upon the
So அப்போ வந்து அந்த ஜுவல் வந்து நெத்தியோட ஒட்டிக்கிட்டு இருக்கு.
ஆமா பிரபு நெத்தியோட ஒட்டிட்டு இருக்கு.
அவர் பிறக்கிறப்பே இருக்கும் பிரபு, அந்த ஜெவல் நெத்தியிலே தான் இருக்கும்.
Oh, நெத்தியிலே இருக்கும். Okay.
பிச்சை எடுப்பாங்க.
So, yeah. So that means what they are saying is he born with the jewel stuck on his head. So cut off the head through the, with the flesh. All right, like that. But of course, in another part also we will study. We go on in Bhagavatam. They say they cut off the hair and cut off all the jewelry, because the jewelry is just like insignia, right? Like for instance, Krishna had Shamantaka jewel, the garland of the Shamantaka jewel on his neck, like that the garland. It's like a sangli, all right? So, and of course, who's that person? Satya will take it and of course create problems. So like that. So this kind of insignia is something is their pride, right? So cutting off is the jewel, or cutting that insignia. The sometimes when the soldiers, they have that kind of a title in insignia. They have that 5-star, 3-star general. So all these are called insignia. Cut it off, and of course cut off the hair. So by doing that, and yet his life was saved from the practical purpose. So Ashwatthama is indicated as twice born. Certainly he was twice born, but he fell down from the position, and therefore he was properly punished. So like cutting his head off, cutting his hair, and cutting, like sometimes the crown, the crown, they cut the crown off, they cut the hair, and they cut the whatever this thing is considered, you are technically killing him. So it's a kind of humiliation. All right. Text 56. Vimuchya rashana baddam bala hatya hata prabham tejasa manina heenam sibiran niraya payaj. All right, let's look at hata prabham, loss of body, luster, tejasa, heenam, being deprived, heenam. What they call heenam? In Malay, we call hina. Jangan menghina saya. Hina. Hina means humiliating. Right? Sometimes we say inapaya. Inapaya means he's like deprived. He's abominable. Vimucha, after releasing him, rasa bandham, rashana bandham, from the bondage of rope, bala hatya, infanticide, hata prabham. What happened? He lost his bodily luster. Tejasa, tejasa means tejas, the strength, manina, of the jewel, by the jewel. Sibirat, from the camp, Niraya, Apaya, drove him out. Then they kick him out. Get out, poda. They chase him out. So now, translation, please. Read the translation.
He, Ashwatthama, had already lost his bodily luster due to infanticide, and now, moreover, having lost the jewel from his head, he lost even more strength. Thus he was unbound and driven out of the camp. Hare Krishna.
Yes, thank you. Hare Krishna. So, Ashwatthama has already lost his bodily luster. That means, see, when a person loses the luster, when he starts to perform sinful act. When we are always acting in devotional service, we start to have a kind of tejas. We start to be bright looking. Yes, some kind of tejas are there. But when we start to perform some kind of heinous act, some kind of sinful action, we will lose our luster. Right? So like that, he became luster due to infanticide. What is infanticide? Infant means child. Ticide means killing the children. So due to killing the children, he have already lost his bodily luster. And now, moreover, having lost the jewel from his head, he had the jewel, as what Prabhu says. Okay, I'm not so sure. I've never, sorry, I've not heard about that. But now understand that he had a jewel from his head. After the thing got cut off, he lost even more strength. And thus he was unbound. That means they just remove all the rope that tie him, and they chase him out from the camp. They kick him out, get out. Right? Now the purport. Thus being insulted, the humiliated Ashwatthama was simultaneously killed and not killed by the intelligence of Krishna and Arjuna. Right? So, 57. Vapanam dravinadanam sthanam niryapanam tata eshahi brahma bandhunam vado nanyasti daihika. Right? Now, please read the translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes.
Cutting the hair from his head, depriving him of his wealth, and driving him from his residence are the prescribed punishments for the relative of a Brahmana. There is no injunction for killing the body. Hare Krishna.
Yes. So now Sutta Goswami is saying, cutting the hair from his head, depriving him from his wealth, and driving him from his residence, these are the prescribed punishment for the relatives of a Brahmana. This is the way that you should punish the relative of Brahmana. There's no injunction of killing the body. Because this is something very, very humiliating. Now, when you look at our modern time, when we capture a criminal, the first time when the criminal bring to the prison, they shave his head off. Doesn't matter how like this thing, they get rid of everything. Secondly, all that wealth that he has we've been confiscated by the government. Sometimes, you know, that people who've taken bribe, all his wealth taken away and declare him bankrupt. And the third thing is driving him from the residence. Like this is also one of the punishment, Buang Negeri. All right, the first day from Ipoh, he's been chase him from a state, go to another place. Chase him away from his residence. Every day you have to go to the police station and sign. So these are some of the things that he's been practicing till now. Even the government, I'm not sure of other country, but in Malaysia, they still practice. Shave his head, take all his property, all his wealth, put him without anything, then kick him out from his residence. They go and agree, chase him to other place. All these are prescribed for Brahmana, and there's no injunction. There is no rules of killing the body. Yes, Muru Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Is it similar to the outcast the person?
Yes, correct.
Okay,
Outcast the person, yeah, correct. Because after that, when you go to the public, when you go to the district, nobody will respect him. He'll become a disgusting. They become like, he's like, imagine, you just go to the place, the family will not accept him, the relative won't accept him, the society won't accept him. And whatever, say he's a Brahmana, he's a Kshatriya, and nobody will respect him. Imagine the Shudra by the roadside will throw stone at him. Right? So this is a great humiliation. It's worse than death. Because they have honor. Even a slight insult, they can't take it. We read just now. Slight insult, we can't take it. And this is a great insult. They'll be burning. Then, after all these, the last verse, Putra shoka tura sarve Pandava saha Krishnaya Swanang mrittanang yat krityam chakrur niharanadikam. Translation, please.
Thereafter, the sons of Pandu and Draupadi, overwhelmed with grief, performed the proper rituals for the dead bodies of their relatives. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Putra means son. Putra means son. All right. So what is the word putra means? When you look at the word putra, you can divide into two. Put and ra. All right. Can you see? All right. The putra, you can divide the word into, sorry, wrong place. All right. Put and ra. Put means hell. Ra means deliverer. Putra means the one who delivers the forefather from hellish suffering. That is called putra. Right? If the son is not capable of delivering the forefather from, okay, I just write it here. Putra. Right? So we divide the thing into two. So put means hell, ra means deliverer. If the son is not able to deliver the forefathers from hell, he is known as Mutra. Mutra means what? Mutram. Urine. He is useless. So as a son, we have a huge responsibility. Nowadays, the son, I mean, especially not everyone, but there's a the case is becoming very common. After marriage, they just discard the parents. They discard the parents. Of course, it's also parents' fault. They didn't bring up the children spiritually. They didn't give preference to spiritual discipline. For the sake of education, they are willing to go far out. As long as you study, do whatever you want. The fellow will be sitting in the room, do anything you want. He can flirt with women, anything. As long as you come back with good marks. Because nowadays in Kali Yuga, the preference, good mark, good job, wealthy life. To achieve that goal, do whatever you want. There is no spiritual discipline. Of course, many parents are making such a grievous mistake. The education system nowadays is a slaughterhouse to the young mind. The child goes there innocently, come out as a demon. They learn all kind of nonsense in school. They can learn all kind of nonsense thing in school. Right? They become a demoniac after go to school. But the problem is we cannot avoid the children from not going to school. So we have to put in spiritual discipline at home. But once come back home, we are not so distinct. We allow them to distinct and the children will become mutra. Mutra means what? Urine, useless. So we have a responsibility as a putra to our father to deliver him from hellish condition. If we fail to do so, we are known as mutra. Mutram. Mutra means, in Tamil we call mutram. Mutra means what? Urine. It's useless. Right? So now putra son. Putra means son. Soka. Shoka. Shoka means Tamil we know is sogam. Sogama irukkuradhu. Atura, overwhelmed, and survey all of them. Pandava, the sons of Pandu, Saha along with Krishnaya, with Drup. All right, now the word is here, Krishnaya. Can you see the word? Krishnaya. Draupadi. Do you all can recall? That's why I say the word Krishna, we must be very careful, right? Say like for instance, here the word. Where is that word?
It was a few days ago, bro.
Few days ago, huh?
Yeah.
No. Vida Dhananjaya Bhagavan Devaki Putra. Oh, here it puts Bhagavan Devaki Putra. Okay. Now look at the word Krishna. So what we see here, K-R-S-N-A. This is Krishna. Dot, dot, dot. This is called Lord Krishna. Are you following me? But when you put a dash, is Krishna. Krishna. It is put a dash, is Draupadi. Without dash, it is called Lord Krishna. That's why very important. We must be very careful and tactful in the word that we read. So now when you look at this word here, what it says here? All right, it says Krishnaya. Krishnaya. Krishna. Okay, the word Krishna also we study that. Krishna means Draupadi because Draupadi is very dark. She's black. She's black in color. So that's why Draupadi got another name called Krishna. That Krishna and Lord Krishna is different. Okay, just a matter of A at the dash on top. So you must be very careful. Swanam, the kinsman, Mrittanam of the date, Mrityu. Okay, now we see Mrit. Okay, now Mataji, just now you see the word R with a dot. So we can call Ru. So Mrittuna, Mrityuna, Mrittuna, Ru, Mrittunam. All right. So Mrittuna means date, Mrityu. Yat what? Krityam, Ru, Krityam, Ru. So Krityam ought to be done. Chakruhu. So this you cannot pronounce this independently. This R cannot be pronounced independently. So Ra, Chakra. So but there's a U at the back. So Chakruhu. They perform Nirhanam. Okay, now you see the word R here. All right. So Nirhanam. So we cannot say Nira, Niru, because there's a single R. There's no meaning. So Nirhana Adhikam, undertakeable. So thereafter, what happened? The sons of Pandu and Draupadi, they are so sad, overwhelmed with grief. They perform a proper ritual for the dead bodies of their relatives. So then we understand the proper funeral was given to their children. The proper ritual. The proper ritual is very important to give to the deceased. So why do we do the ritual? Because the body is, okay, now we're not talking about this story, we're talking about now, current days. Oh, why there's so much of ritual? They do that, they put the pinda, and they put the rice, they do the thing, and they break the pot. Why so much of ritual? Wow, so liche, because to purify the body. The body is so sinful. Before offered to the sacred fire, they're getting rid of all the impurities of the body. They bathe the body and they put it nicely, dress up him nicely, and cremate him. But for a devotee, we have actually even we deprive with this kind of opportunity, but we have no worries, because as far as we live, we are performing devotional service. Somehow or other, we not say we are 100% sinless, but somehow or other, we are saved. All right. Thus end Bhakti Vedanta Purport, 1st Canto, 7th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Son of Drona Punished. With that, we have already completed the first book of Srimad Bhagavatam. Right. Now you can see the page here. Right. Where's the page? Right. So this you can see on top here, page 407 of 407. We have already finished the first book, and starting from Monday, we're going to start the next book. All right. Let's see whether I can find the next book or not. Module 3, Bhagavad Gita Sloka, Bhakti Vedanta Vedanta is module. Srimad Bhagavatam preparation, Fakta Umum. All right. First Canto, part 2. All right. I think I got it. Is that the one? Can you see these, Prabhus and Mothers? Can you see this?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So starting from Monday, we're going to start First Canto, part 2. Wow. Okay. So this is the one we're going to see now. So we're going to start. Okay. What are the topics that we're going to read? Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. Dvaipaina. So chapter 8 to 12. We're going to cover. Sorry, not this one. So starting from next week, we're going to cover chapter 8 to chapter 12, part 2. So what are the things that we're going to see? First, we're going to read on. Okay, we're going to read on prayers of Queen Kunti and Parikshit saved. This is going to be a very interesting topic here. Then chapter 9 will be passing away of Bhishma Dev in the presence of the Lord. Okay. Then chapter 10, departure of Lord Krishna to Dwaraka. Okay, like for instance, praise of Queen Kunti. I don't know how long we're going to take. Okay, I think most likely today is 8th. Most likely we can finish it within this month, because it's going to be very interesting prayers, especially when Queen Kunti having a separation of this thing. So then Yudhishthira Maharaj will feel the sorrow. Okay. Then most likely July, August. This is August, September. This is very quick one, passing away. 9. And of course, here we are going to talk about Bhishma prayers for Krishna. Another powerful prayer. All right. It's going to be another powerful prayer. Then should be August, September. Chapter 10, October. Chapter 11, November, December. I think we can finish this book by this year. First canto, I think most likely first canto, we can complete by December 2026. So starting from January 2026, 27, we're going to start Canto 2. If we're going to go at this speed, we will complete the entire Canto in 12 years. Hare Krishna, my God. Right? Any one of you are willing to stay with me for next 12 years to study Srimad Bhagavatam every day for the next 5 days? Yes, Saki Mataji.
It's all Krishna's
Hey,
mercy,
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu, definitely.
Definitely. If you have the desire, if at all something going to happen to you within the 12 years, Krishna will give you at least 12 years to live to continue the book. Right? Because we have studied that, you're going to have a long life. Imagine 12 years. My God. By the time you complete, all of us are pure devotee of the Lord. Hari Bol. I'm so excited. At the same time, I'm very scared. Looking at it. It takes us, I think we started when? Was it January or February or March? When we started this year?
March, Prabhu.
March 7.
March 7. All right, we started in March. Okay. So say 10 months to complete a book. So 12 books means 120 months. Divided by 12, 10 years. Anyway, let's not speculate because our goal is not to rush, but to go deep into Prabhupada's purport. So chapter 8 is starting. We will tomorrow we're going to read the verse and the mantra, the translation. Right? Most likely tomorrow we can finish it quickly. Friday is a break. Those who are watching online, please take note. Friday, there's no session. And we're going to continue chapter 8 from Monday. Monday, we're going to start chapter 8. So I believe that all of you really like this program as what we are doing, our detailed studies. So I humbly hope that every one of you can go and promote, invite more people to come and attend the class, either live or online. The difference is live means you have to sit and listen. Online, sometimes you can take this thing, right? So whether it's live classes or online, please, you can all add them into the group. Before you add them, tell them this is going to be as what Saki Mataji was telling. We are unique here. We are studying in a different level. And what she said, no one is doing that. Of course, I'm not saying out of ego. Actually, no one is doing this. Detailed studies, no one in the world is doing like this. I'm not sure. As far as I heard from social media, no one. But there will be some people who are doing it in private. I'm not sure. I shouldn't say anything like that. Please forgive me. But it's not available in Malaysia at least. So make this opportunity, go and invite more and more people to come, because chapter 8 is going to be life transformation chapter. Life transformation. It's a clear sign. A person who are extremely distressed and they pray to Krishna, give me more distress, because that distress is actually a great pleasure. How is that in a sane mind people can think like that? Pain is painful, but I'm praying to Krishna. Krishna, give me more pain, because the pain is actually painful, but actually is so much happiness. Siao. Crazy. How is that possible? That is chapter 8 is going to be. It's going to be a life transformation chapter. Invite more and more people to come. Those who don't have a Bhagavatam, you can also use that teachings of Queen Kunti. Is exactly the same. But of course, we share here online. So there's a lot of things, wonderful things is awaiting in chapter 8. I remember I studied this quite some time back, but I can still remember how wonderful You know, sometimes they say, women are not to be these and that. No, look at that, how great devotee Kunti Devi is. Do anyone dare to pray like her? What is the prayer? If you have a book, go and check it out yourself. But we're going to start next week into detailed studies of Srila Prabhupada's Purport. Till then, any questions, any comment before we end the session? All good? All right. Gantrat Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. All glories to our great Acharya, the founder Acharya of this ISKCON, His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All glories to all wonderful assembled devotees here. You're so nice, so wonderful. I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. And tomorrow, who's going to recite the, who's going to share your gratitude? Anyone would like to come forward to share your gratitude tomorrow?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I will
Yes,
do
Namaras.
it. I will do it.
Okay. Right. Okay. Namaras Chaitanya Das will be expressing gratitude tomorrow. Then after that, starting from next week, Monday, we're going to start. Okay. Till that, have a beautiful, spiritually enriched Wednesday. Pancha kalpaturubhyascha kripa sindhubevacha paditanam pavinebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna. Have a nice
Hare
day.
Krishna,
Take care.
Prabhu.
Hare
Thank
Krishna
you.
Prabhu.
Haribol.